Hello! Today I want to talk about altruism and the greater good. Now, first of all, what is altruism? Well, Ayn Rand, I think that's her name, Ayn Rand, she has said in the past, she's dead now, but she said in the past that altruism is a terrible thing because it makes the individual suffer for the greater good of humanity and stuff humanity, the individual, they're all, it's evil, it's evil. Now, I don't really subscribe to this point of view because I think really by doing the most for the greater good, you are essentially helping yourself. So really it's a balance between individualism and the greater good, obviously. I think the individual is important. I don't think, for instance, that sacrificing the individual for the greater good is a very good idea. Really, it isn't greater and it's not good. For instance, The Wicker Man, the whole plot of which, don't want to spoil it for you. If you've seen it, look away now. If you haven't seen it, rather, look away now. Yeah, at the end of The Wicker Man, somebody gets put in a big wicker man, which is really a spoiler that is sort of given away by the own, well, it's the name of the film, The Wicker Man. So you're going to guess there's a wicker man in it. Yes, well, this nice young man, well, he was fairly young, he's about 38, let's put him that way. Medium young, not old, not young. Anyway, this nice virgin man goes to this lovely, Summer Isle it's called. It's lovely, it's in the Scottish Highlands. It's like, wow, it's so sunny and it's Scotland, this makes no sense. And oh, look, there's lots of lovely flowers and fruits and everyone's happy and how can this be? And it turns out that they've lured him there. This poor virgin Christian man, they've lured him there and they put him in a big wicker man at the end and burn him up for the greater good. Now that sort of sacrifice, really, I don't think that's on. All that sort of, I think that you should really give your life for me. No, I don't think so. But on the other hand, really, if everyone else is suffering, is that really good for you? And really, that means the whole society is falling apart and it's all horrible. Some people rise to the top, like scum. They do. But essentially, in the end, that's probably not going to really do very well for them. I mean, look at the French Revolution. All the aristos, they got their heads chopped off, didn't they? Storming the Bastille, letting all the prisoners free, chop the heads off. Oh yes, now we're all free, liberty, fraternity, blah, 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 Frenchy stuff. And also the Russian Revolution. Let's shoot all the aristos in the head. Just shoot the royalty. Let's get rid of them all. Storm the things that are in Russia. The Parthenon's not in Russia, that's Greece. The St. Petersburg. It wasn't St. Petersburg then, obviously, because, yes it was. It was Leningrad. Is it Leningrad? Leningrad and St. Petersburg, they're the same place. What is it called now? St. Petersburg, probably. Anyway, my point stands. If you do dicky things to people, then eventually they're probably going to turn on you and do you it. So you probably will do very well for a little while, but essentially you've made the whole of society rotten and horrible. Can you really put that on your conscience and go, I'm alright with that, I've got a big pile of cash, I've got all my food, my family's well taken care of, who cares about everyone else? Really, because I think really you should be really judged on how you treat the weakest people in society and how you make their lives good, not at the expense of your own life. I think everyone should have a good life. I think individualism is very important, but I think we're all individuals. We should all work together as individuals for the greater good. And if somebody can't and really doesn't know how to help everyone else, they don't even know how to help themselves, we should help them and bring them up to, so that the whole of society is enlightened and up to a level where everyone is happy. I think that only makes sense, because otherwise we're all going to suffer, and is that a good thing? Really, and can you really live with yourself, making everyone else suffer and have a terrible time? The better things are, the better the infrastructure is, the more wealth there is, the more happiness there is, the more there is. It's not a finite thing. The more of things that you create, the more it grows like a flower, like a weed, like a tree. It all grows, and so everybody benefits. If there's a giant tree with lots of fruits, then you take the fruits and you plant the fruits and you get lots more giant trees. If you go, I'm going to keep this giant tree to myself, I can't eat all the fruit, I'm just going to whatever, I'm just going to burn it in a pile. Nobody can have this fruit. There's no fruit for everyone, and eventually, if your tree dies and you haven't planted other trees for other people to have, then really everybody is really in trouble because there's no trees left, and if your tree dies and you haven't got a tree either, you haven't shared it about, you can't go to your neighbour, can I have one of your apples? Can I plant the seeds from your, because they haven't got a tree, because you've kept it to yourself. You see, it all makes logical sense that really you should help everyone else so that you can be helped. It is a selfish thing really, altruism, but it's a sensible thing because the better things are, the better things are. So, in essence, don't put anybody in wicker men, don't keep the apples to yourself, let them grow, let them flourish. Everything's going to be great, society's going to be amazing, and you'll be happy and everybody else will be happy, and it will all be a miracle and a lovely paradise on earth. Who can say that that's a bad thing? Nobody. Exactly. Okay then, bye.